Hello, my beautiful angel friends. This is Angelica. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to talk about projections and how to deal with projections when people are projecting on you, or maybe you're projecting on to them. Now, I'd like to first explain what a projection is. A projection is when someone has their own life experience and their own situation going on. And when someone on an outer level triggers that in them, they tend to project their own stuff onto your situation. And this actually happens all the time because most people are only coming from a place of dealing with their own life experience up until this point. However, where it gets problematic is when someone's going through a really difficult time and they say something negative or do something, they can't kind of keep their own emotional balance within themselves, so they spill that out and it goes around and affects other people in a negative way. And that's what a projection is. A projection also can be, this can happen with family and friends. When you go, say you're going to a friend's house and they say something to you that you know is not true about you or how you feel about yourself. However, they're saying that this particular thing is true about you. Actually, that is most likely true about them, because when people say things to you or express negativity about something that you're doing, unless it's in a gentle, kind way and they're coming from a place of emotional balance within, then it's usually a projection. So they're usually talking about themselves. However, if what that person's saying affects you really strongly, then it could have something to do with something you're dealing with. It may not be the thing that they projected upon you, but it may be something else that you're dealing with in regards to that particular issue. So it can help you grow at the same time. However, what I would like for anyone watching this video to do is to be really clear in communication and speak from a place of emotional balance. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit of a personal story about myself to show you how this can occur. When I first started my spiritual path, I had a lot of emotional pain that wasn't balanced. And so things from the outside would trigger that. And I would get really worked up, get really, really emotional, and think other people were doing things that they weren't, or, just getting really emotional and just kind of letting that energy. Now, it's not even, you don't even have to speak it sometimes. Sometimes this energy can just shoot out around to others energetically. And being that you're on a spiritual path and you're a very advanced being, you have to be really, really, really careful with your energy. So during this initial time of my awakening, I realized I'm a very fiery person. I work a lot with fire. Fire is my element. And if I'm not careful, that fire energy can kind of go everywhere. So I've learned how to, I don't get that fire anymore, but when I do, I've learned how to take that energy in and kind of take it up, so it doesn't shoot out around me and affect other people. Because I realize if I'm getting upset about something, then I have to look at something inside of me. It may not be what that particular person is saying or projecting onto me. However, it is something that still needs to be healed within. So I kind of recognize this ability to, it was like, they're like fireballs. So when I would get upset, these like fireballs would go shooting at these particular things, whatever it was. I can't really remember an exact example. However, what I did learn from that is that when this energy did leave and shoot out at people, places, things, whatever it was, the effects of that were not good. And I learned very, very quickly that I was very powerful and that it was not a good idea for me to allow that to happen. So I had to learn a technique and heal within myself first, and then learn techniques on how to deal with that intense energy on my own, and then take it to God or whatever I needed to do so that other people weren't affected. Now, I've never been one to go and initiate a problem or just, tell somebody they're doing something wrong out of the blue, or be negative towards someone because of something I was feeling initially. However, if a person had already done something to me, or I perceived that they had done something to me, usually family relationships or really, really close relationships was where I had problems, then that's when this would occur. So just to let you know, you're a very, very powerful being, and your energy has the power to heal. It has the power to transcend this earth into higher love. And it also has the power to destroy. And if you're not really clear on your energy and how it's affecting others, then figure out a technique to where you can bring that energy in and balance it and continue to heal yourself. Because, like I say, your energy is very powerful. It can bring in really good things, or it can bring in really bad things. From being on YouTube for a few years now, I have been projected upon so many times, it's not even funny, and it's actually made me stronger. So sometimes projections are gifts. However, it's best if we can learn ways to communicate our feelings without trying to guess or assume another person's situation, or to think that person is going through something they may not be. Everything comes from within you. So first you heal it within, and then the outer heals around you. And I've healed so much on my path, and it hasn't been easy. However, it's why I do this channel. So I can help you from what I've learned. And so you can kind of skip over the really challenging things that it took me a really, really long time to learn on my own, and get it, because education and understanding is what's going to heal this planet. I am really into education. The information's out there, so if you're having trouble with something, then you can find it on the internet pretty much, or on YouTube, so it's wonderful. However, sometimes we're unclear about what's actually occurring, and being an empath and being a sensitive person, we tend to take things on from others. So sometimes when other people are feeling things, or they're feeling a lot of negativity, we take that on and we think it's ours. But throughout this path, you start to get empowered within yourself. And it's why you have to spend a lot of time alone on this journey in the beginning, because you have to get really clear on your boundaries, on your own energy, and how that affects others. And then you realize, when you get very clear and you get very strong in your own energy, you recognize how other people are going through their own thing, and they'll say things to you in a negative way. However, you have to recognize that that's not your stuff. And that's the place that I want you guys to get to. I want you to get to a place where you are so strong within, you deal with your own stuff, and then recognize when someone is putting their negativity or their stuff, or trying to put it onto you because they're so low. So when you have a lot of unhealed emotional stuff, sometimes people will want to take you down to their level so that they can feel better about what they're going through. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they do it. I'm not sure, like I said, unless I've had a really close relationship with someone and they really have, well, how I've perceived, have done things to me, then I've never, gone out and, just spread that around without, good cause. Well, I think. So anyway, but the point is, if you're feeling troubled, you're feeling unbalanced emotionally, then first give yourself some space and time to really feel that out and to move into it more, feel the emotional pain, allow it to release, and try not to call anyone or talk to anyone or go on YouTube and leave a bunch of comments about what you're going through, because it's just going to make things worse for you in the long run. Because it's not the way that we heal. We don't heal by, bringing people into our stuff. We heal our stuff on our own. And when we do that, it heals very quickly and it can go ahead and release. And then we can move into a space of balance. Now, when you're balanced emotionally and you feel kind of okay, that's the time to have a conversation with someone if you feel something's going on. When you're already calm, when you're not going through anything really, then you can speak in a way that makes sense, that's kind and loving, and that will be a win-win situation for both people. So if you can, try not to project on others and try to recognize when others are projecting their stuff onto you. Don't take on their stuff. Say, that's not my stuff, and just let it go. However, like I said, if there's something unhealed within you that they're projecting to you and it's really, really, really triggering you, then you may want to go within and kind of look within yourself and see what that is and how you can actually move into that pain and let it release in a balanced way without hurting anyone around you. I think that's all I want to say about projections today. Go ahead and leave your comments about how maybe you've been projected upon or what you think about projections and what they mean to you. I think it'd be a good discussion for people to talk about this and to gain more insight from each other. I love you all, and I hope you have a fabulous day.